Success is bandied around in the world of business and in life like confetti being thrown at a wedding. As a business owner, when you hear success, what does that conjure up in your own mind? How does it make you feel? Do you feel that you're actually achieving success in your own business? Do you feel an imposter? Do you feel you're actually progressing to where you should be? In this video, I'm going to explore the idea of success, what people think it looks like, against the reality of what it actually is. I'm going to talk to you about how you achieve success, and I'm going to share some tips and examples along the way. Hi folks, welcome to another weekly episode, I Hate Numbers. The channel that's there, designed to improve your financial awareness, up your money mindset, help your business make more profit, save tax and time. What a fantastic combo of things that we have there. Before we dive into the video, I'd love it if you could smash that subscribe button. Keep up to date with weekly episodes of all matters that affect your business, whatever size and scale that would be. Let's crack on with the video. Now, the idea of success is in reality about achieving something. Many people think it's a linear line, it's a straightforward path. We start from here and we get there. There's no bumps in the roads, there's no sideways turning, there's no crashes, and that is palpably wrong. Success involves many ups and downs. It involves trip hazards along the way. It involves moments in your life where you feel very low and moments in your life where you feel very positive. Now, the idea of success, as I said, is about achieving something. So let's draw some parallels in our daily lives. Now, the key thing to achieving success for me is knowing what that end point should be, i.e., what is your objective? So if I decided that I wanted to lead a healthier life, that would be my aspiration. I might then say a healthier life to me means that I could actually go on a walk uninterrupted without running out of breath for a half an hour. That would be my end objective. Now, how I go about that would be through a series of steps. It might mean that instead of being sedentary all the time, I actually get up and I go for a walk for 5 minutes or so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build that up. Now, success is not just the end goal, so we do need an end goal. It's about the micro steps that you take as you go along. We might also say in that healthier lifestyle that we need to look at our diet and we want to change what we actually eat. And if you're somebody who, for example, doesn't eat a lot of vegetables, doesn't really have vegetables in their diet, then it may be that your end objective is to have a more well-balanced diet, and it may be that along that path you decide to introduce vegetables into your diet very slowly. Okay, let's take that across to the world of business. Now, you need to lay out your stall. You need to understand and define what your objectives will be. Remember, those objectives, your end goal, your Northern Star, are not driven by other people's businesses, they're driven by you. So feel comfortable about what is it you feel you'd like to end up in 12 months' time, in 2 years. Where do you visualize yourself? Where do you like to end up? And it may be financially that you want to generate enough money to actually have a comfortable lifestyle, which means that you can convert that to a figure of how much you need to bring into your business. Now, in the business context, when we look at success, we first of all have to think that we're thinking about success for ourselves. We're not basing it on somebody else's business. We're not basing it on where people say we should be. It's based on where we think our reality wants to take us and where our reality will put us as well. So think about yourself, think about your business, think about your capacity, think about your ambition, and think about what is realistic. Now, I'm not talking about realism as a limiting factor, but where you feel, based on your efforts, your activity, where you are on your business journey, you're likely to end up in timescales from 1, 2, and 3 years' time. So judge that Northern Star. What's the objective? Now, if your objective is, for example, to achieve a certain financial outcome, and critically, you need 2 minimum outcomes, is to achieve a certain level of profit after a period of time and to make sure there's enough money coming in cash to keep the wheels of the business going, as well as building up a reserve and building up momentum. Now, what that translates that as, it may be a certain monetary level of profit, let's say, for example, £20,000, and it may be such that you want a certain level of money in your bank account. Now, that is your end goal, and that's your ultimate success threshold. Now, that progression towards that end goal of that £20,000 is built up on micro steps, and those micro steps requires a plan. Now, we're not talking about a formalized document here, but you need a route map to guide you from now to getting to that end point, that northern star. And it could mean success could be getting invoices out the door on time. It could be when customers are late paying their bills, instead of letting the dust gather, you actually contact them and try and get that money at a faster rate. That, for me, is a success in its own right. Think about all the little things that you can do to improve your profitability, to improve the money in the bank, and those little actions that you take are all success. Identify them, and that'll give you a great dopamine rush when you can achieve those footprints. Now, there are many other objectives in your business that you can set, whether it's from a customer build-up proposition, whether it's delivering a certain level of value of work, but define your end goal, and then you must get it out of your head, dump it out, and figure out the route map, the plan, and look at each step that you make on each month, each week, as a progression towards that end goal. Success is measured not just in the final outcome, but it's measured on the journey that you undertake. Now, the reality of success is it is never in a straight line. From my personal perspective, when I started my business over 27 years ago, I started from my back bedroom. Now, things were tough. I was doing lots of spare part-time work, from supply teaching, working as a cleaner, doing lots of things just to keep the money coming in. And my first level of income for the first year didn't even touch 4 figures. However, as things progressed, as I managed to achieve and build up client bases here, I'm now out of my back bedroom. It made me move further towards my idea of success. You will find bumps in the road. There will be moments in your life where you'll feel quite low. There'll be moments in your life you feel quite high. The life of a business owner, whether it's a private or not-for-profit, or somebody who's at the control of that bus, is going to be quite positive, and sometimes it can be very lonely and isolating. It could be that mistakes will be made. They're a natural evolution. They're a natural part of that business progression. Be realistic about that. Now, realism doesn't mean damping down ambition, but it means saying, as human beings, you will get moments in your business journey where you will feel very positive and upbeat, and there'll be moments where you don't. Business is tough, it's hard. It's as much about achieving the battle that goes on between your ears as it is about being excellent and skilled at what you deliver to your customer. Have mechanisms to do that, and that's a topic for another video. But what I want you to take away from this, folks, is as follows. If you want to achieve success, and success is a moving feast, what your success looks like over 3 years is going to be built up of little achievements along the way. But if you don't have an idea what you want to achieve, the success will always be an evasive creature. Measure that progress, have a plan. Now, it sounds quite boring to some people, but if you do not articulate in a document of some fashion your route map, your progression of how you're going to get to your end point, how you're going to make that journey, the stops along the way, the resources that you need, the skills that you need to develop, the customers you need to engage with, then you will find yourself like a rudderless ship and you'll be chasing your tail. It's critical that one measure of success, which has to come eventually, is making money. And by making money, we're talking about cash and profitability. But you define your own levels, whether it's that massive mansion or whether it's that comfortable work-life balance that you want to achieve. Be conscious of the fact that it will be at times a struggle. Overnight success for many, many, many businesses is basically many years in the making. You cannot go get those wonderful abs from a gym if you only partake and only go in there once every other moment. So you've got to put in the effort, it's sweat, it's application, it's skills. There's lots of those different. The life of a business owner, the life of running your own concern, your own organisation, for me, is a wonderful thing to do. It doesn't necessarily suit everybody, but be realistic, have a plan, have those markers.